Hi everyone, it's Nicole here from Sydney English Teacher and from the Successful English Learner by Sydney English Teacher. And what a pleasure it is to have you here on this lovely day. Thank you for joining me and for taking the time to watch episode 52 of my Question of the Day series. For those of you who are joining me for the first time today, these Question of the Day videos answer the most commonly asked questions, or the questions that I get asked most often about learning the English language. And with each episode, I try my best to share as many practical and logical steps as possible, really to help you reach English language success, because that's what it's all about. That's why you're here. That's why I'm here. Does that sound good? Wonderful. Well, today for episode number 52, we have another great topic to look at together. Today's question is: does learning more than one language at the same time help me or make things more difficult? Hmm. It's a really great question, and one that I get asked a lot of the time, actually, especially as more and more people realize how important it is to learn a language or two or even three and to be multilingual. It really sets you up for future success in your career and in your life, doesn't it? I'm multilingual myself. I speak 5 languages, so I completely understand this question and the worry that people have about learning more than one language, and the worry they have about mixing up the words and the grammar points and getting confused. Well, let me reassure you, there's no need to worry, okay? Because if you learn correctly and if you follow the right steps, well, learning multiple languages at the same time is not a hindrance at all. And it shouldn't be difficult at all either. It's in fact a great advantage and something that I encourage more people to do. And you know what? The more languages you learn, the easier it becomes. Many people who speak several languages say that. People look at them and say, wow, you're so smart. You can speak 3 languages. Well, guess what? Once you've learnt two, number 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. is easy. You already have the brain for language and you know what to do. So you follow that same formula for success and you can achieve anything. Sounds amazing, doesn't it? So, should we begin? Should we talk about this interesting topic in more detail? Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so my first tip for this question is one that you may not have thought of doing, but if you're learning more than one language at the same time, then I would say try to separate them a little. What do I mean by that? Well, it will greatly help you to differentiate each language and to avoid mixing them up if you set aside some special time every day for each language. It's a really good idea, isn't it? So schedule a special time each day which is your time to focus just on that language, to learn, to practice just that language without any distractions. This will certainly make a difference, especially if you make it a daily habit. So give it a try. Tip number 2, my second tip for today is, again, an interesting one you may not have thought about before, and that is to color code any words that you learn. Hmm. It may sound silly, but it's actually really effective. If you record any words that you learn in a particular color, believe it or not, you will automatically associate, if you prefer, associate those words with that color. That's right. Your brain will automatically remember that word is that particular color. Believe me, it really, really works. So, for example, if you're learning German and French, for example, at the same time, well, write down all the German vocabulary that you learn in red, for example, and all the French vocabulary that you learn in blue, for example. The brain is such a powerful thing. It will associate your new words with those colors automatically. And that will make it so much easier for you to know exactly which word belongs to which language. So give it a try. It might sound silly, but it really works. It has worked for me. I'm sure it will work for you too. Color coding. Who knew? Another great tip I'd like to share with you is to learn each different language with a different friend. That way, you will have the chance to practice each language separately with each friend. You won't mix up any words between the languages. And if you do, well, your friend is there to tell you. Okay, so learning a language with a friend is always a good idea, whether you learn one language or two languages or three or four or five. You always have someone to practice with. And it's an important reminder for you to learn and practice, and a great motivator as well. I'm sure you'll agree. So learn one language with one particular friend, another language with another particular friend. Both friends motivate you and help you and support you. You practice and learn together, and you will again associate each language with each particular friend. Works really well. Okay. There are many, many more tips that I could share with you about this topic. I absolutely love talking about language learning. But the final one I've chosen to talk about today is to listen to each language as much as possible. It goes without saying. The more you listen, the more you learn. And that's especially true when learning a language. You know that. So, my suggestion here would be to listen to each language as much as possible during the day. Listen to the radio, watch television, watch a movie, watch something on YouTube. It doesn't matter what you watch or listen to, but obviously don't do it at the same time, Do each language separately. But the more you listen, the more you will absorb. And thereby, the more the language will become part of you, and you won't confuse it with another language. You won't mix it up with another language. That's what you want. And believe me, the more you do this, the more you listen and make each language part of your day, the better you'll become in each language in turn. That's right. Without even trying, you will improve your skills, your confidence, your ability in each language. So, indirectly, you are developing an ear for each language. You're developing your ear for each language. And that is super exciting. I'm sure you agree with me. So there you are. I've shared with you 4 practical tips to make sure that you don't confuse languages if you are learning more than one. I've shared 4 helpful ways to help you develop your skills and confidence in both of them or all of them. So let me quickly give you a quick recap, so you don't forget anything important that I've said. Okay? So number 1, have a set time for each language. Separate them. Have a special daily time for each language. And that will help you differentiate. So learn and practice each language separately at separate times of day. Number 2, as I said before, color coding works. So choose a particular color for each language, and all the new vocabulary that you learn for each particular language, you will write in that color. The brain is an amazing thing. It will associate that color with that language almost instantly. So try it. It works and it's fun. Number 3, how about you learn and practice each language with a separate friend? So if you're learning Spanish and Italian, for example, then learn Spanish with one friend, Italian with another friend, and practice together. Each individual friend will help you. Obviously, if you mix up words or use a Spanish word instead of an Italian word, your friend will tell you. So it will really help to avoid that confusion. And number 4, obviously, daily listening practice is important in whichever language you're learning. But if you're learning more than one, well, it's even more important to listen to both or either language as often as you can throughout the day. Obviously, separately, not at the same time. That's a bit hard. But anyway, there you go, a summary of the 4 points that I've introduced today. Now I've got a quick bonus tip from me before we go. Are you ready? Please never get stressed or frustrated when you are learning more than one language, okay? What you are doing is absolutely amazing. You are not only giving yourself the gift of language, you're gifting yourself 2 or 3 or 4 languages. Incredible. You are opening the doors to such an incredible, such a bright future, and to so many amazing opportunities as a result of being multilingual, the true sense of the word multilingual. So even if at times it seems hard, you want to give up, you don't have enough time, please never forget the big picture and the life you are building for yourself, because what you are doing is amazing And not everybody can do that or will do that. So never give up, stay motivated. You can do it. It's an incredible, incredible experience speaking several languages. Enjoy every minute. So I hope that you really enjoyed today's question of the day. I absolutely loved the topic. I could speak about it forever. I hope that you enjoyed listening and learned something new. If you have any questions at all, definitely get in touch or um, ask in the comment section below, not a problem, or send me an email or send me a message at the link you can see here. I'm always here to help, regardless of what your question is. So definitely get in touch. And if you enjoyed learning with me today, come and learn some more. Join my learning community. Um, I have many more learning opportunities and practice opportunities waiting for you there. And you have the chance to connect with thousands and thousands of English learners from all around the world. So definitely don't miss out on my learning community. Thank you so much for joining me today. It was an absolute pleasure helping you, and I really enjoyed bringing you this topic. I'll see you again next time for another episode of the Question of the Day series. Thank you so much.